Harm Reduction Coalition. I'm going to talk about our North Carolina Syringe Access Project. And we're a bit of an untraditional group. We have some alumni from our current capstone program here. But what we are is we're a harm reduction group. And have folks heard of harm reduction? Yeah. Yes? Any no's, nays? No? Wonderful. That's totally unusual. Wonderful. So we're a harm reduction group. We focus on drug user health and sex worker health, and also a lot about syringe access projects, overdose prevention, sex worker criminalization, and we do a whole run of the gamut of activities. We do legislative advocacy, we do direct services, we do resource development, and we work throughout the entire state of North Carolina. And what we want to do is basically increase syringe access throughout North Carolina and do it through a variety of initiatives, which this project will cover. But one of the things I did want to highlight is we had a capstone team last year featuring one beautiful man right there behind the camera. And if you work with us, you get to do some pretty cool things. And you can talk to this gentleman as well. But we do a lot of legislative advocacy, which will be part of this next project. And one of the great things that just happened yesterday is due to our capstone team's effort, along with all our advocates, we just moved a bill out of committee onto the Senate floor. And if you work with us, you're going to be able to participate in such public health actions. And the way we did it is through a blend of advocacy, resource development, media work, and we were able to connect with Senate Republicans to introduce a bill, which then went to the Judicial Committee, which right now is going to the Senate floor next week. And that's the kind of stuff, if you work with us, you'll get to do. And so you'll figure out how this game of politics is. How do you get a public health bill supported by Republicans into the legislature? Which you're like, how do you do that? We can do it, you can do it, and we'll show you how to do it with this project. So your project will involve these beautiful things, which are syringes, right? North Carolina has a syringe problem, right? We don't like giving syringes out. People are like, whoop, don't want to give those out, right? That's only going to promote people to use drugs. That's only going to promote people to use their insulin. You know, all these big problems, right? Even though we know all the evidence suggests otherwise. So what happens is we put all these limits on syringes in North Carolina, so everybody reuses syringes. So what happens is everybody's using the syringe that looks all nasty. But you know how that graphic is after 6 times? Most people in North Carolina use a syringe 50 to 100 times. So these things just got off awful, right? So, and it's not just injection drug users, it's diabetics. They can't afford them either, right? It's not every diabetic, but a lot of them don't, because we don't really like to insure people in our state. So what happens is a bunch of people get HIV. We have 35,000 people with HIV in North Carolina. We also get people who get viral hepatitis C, which I personally am a bit more concerned about. And we have 150,000 confirmed cases of viral hepatitis in North Carolina, but we probably have a hell of a lot more, right? Because we don't, it's not something you have to, is a mandatory reporting issue unless it's chronic. So it's a huge problem in our state. And the other thing is everybody who gets stuck by these, right, gets a disease exposure. And the group that we work with the most, who's the most concerned about this, are cops, right? If I'm a cop in North Carolina, I have a 1 out of 3 chance during my lifetime to get stuck by that dirty syringe, right? And so we actually organize cops in order to do legislative advocacy with us, and we're currently working on a bill right now in the legislature with Republican police chiefs. All right, so they're concerned, like most people are like, cops aren't going to dig this stuff. Cops love this stuff. We actually polled 61 departments in Carolina and found that 84% of officers want syringes decriminalized, right? And we've been getting a lot of media attention over this for all kinds of stuff. And you'll get to work with us on this campaign to bring more attention to this issue. And as you can tell, I didn't just put weird liberal media outlets on there. I have a couple on it. But I'm besties with the John Locke Foundation and Carolina Journal, right? And we're on there on a regular basis. They've signed on, they love it, right? Winston-Salem Journal, they're a conservative institution. They gave us 2 days straight of front page coverage on this issue, right? We've got folks, we've got momentum, and we're going to work on this, and we really want you to be involved in it. So, how much time do I have?
You have 2 minutes.
Wonderful. So, what are you all going to do on this project? You get to work with me and some other nice folks. And you'll be working with cops. You're going to develop advocacy materials, which are very nice. You're going to be engaging in advocacy actions, whether it's phone bombing representatives, whether it's doing email advocacy, whether it's developing resource materials, a whole bunch of different stuff. We are going to have a couple of advocacy days at the legislature. You're going to help plan it. The Capstone team last year helped us plan an overdose prevention legislative summit, and you'll get to do something quite similar. We do a lot of media mobilization. Any article goes up on syringes, you're going to be writing a whole lot of comments on it, and creating a lot of great media on it, and you get to write the articles which will be published. And so our Capstone team that we currently have and started last year actually is being published all over the state. You'll get to do that too. If you're into grant writing, we can do that. Whatever you want. And then we also, in the midst of collecting data and analyzing data on a UNC IRB approved study with 61 departments throughout North Carolina. And you'll get to help out with that study, analyze it if you want, if that's your skill set. But we're pretty much, whatever your sweet skills are, the sweet skills that you want to develop, we'll help you develop those sweet skills. If any of those things I'm supposed to highlight in yellow, sorry, was that right? Yeah. You get to do whatever you want with those, right? We're going to get some skills, and if you don't like doing something, that's fine. We'll work to your strengths, but we really want this to be, we make everybody do everything to get a good learning experience, and it's quite a lovely time. We drink a lot of coffee. I don't know if you drink coffee. Your age do that anymore? But it's delicious and it prevents diabetes. So, and we don't like diabetes, so drink coffee with us. I think I'm closing in on time, but I am at time. Lovely. So join us, have a great time, and drink coffee with us.